Hang up. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Intel has told us there are at least 7.
Okay, I already see one. Give them. Okay.
They're the same picture.
Chill.
What the hell? Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying-Model-Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, let's talk toys. Let's talk about the new Ant-Man Quantumania, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania of Solace, whatever, Marvel Legends wave. I'm not doing this again. I've gone through enough to start doing this video, and I wasn't even supposed to be here today. There I was, enjoying a nice little day off, putting my feet up, kicking back, chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, maybe shooting some b-ball outside of the school, when a couple of Marvel Legends people who were up to no good started releasing action figures in my neighborhood, and that's what brought us to the dance. So let's talk about these action figures, shall we? Since they just dropped on my lap in the middle of my day off. It's like, if my life is a match on WCW Nitro in the 90s, then Marvel Legends releases are the NWO theme. There we are, enjoying a good little bout, and all of a sudden, whack-a-whack-whack-wow! It's like, no, what are you doing here? It's an NWO run-in of a mixed bag of action figures. So let's talk about them. That's what we're doing. Well, I've done the most long-winded, idiotic intro. Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Hasbro, you're up to your old tricks again, ain't ya? Got a couple of these in this particular wave. First of all, you're going back to the old mixed waves. A little bit of MCU, a little bit of comic book. This way, we can annoy both collectors with an MCU Build-A-Figure. So if you only want to collect MCU figures, guess what? Too bad, kiddo. You got to spend upwards of nearly, $80 to get 3 figures y'all don't want. Because guess what? The one figure in the wave that doesn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece is the MCU Ant-Man. Come on, son. That ain't fair. You're forcing our hands. You're doing what Marvel Legends tend to do, which is we're not... You think, well, how can we get people to buy our products? Well, we could make really good products. No. There must be an easier way. We need to trick them into buying our products. We could just make good products. Shut up! We gotta trick them. That's how we do it. And so that's what they're doing. Now you gotta buy the entire wave, if you're an MCU collector, in order to get the Build-A-Figure, and the Ant-Man that you were gonna buy anyway doesn't even come with the Build-A-Figure piece. What's up with that? Well, I know what's up with it. It's the way you play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. Wow, we're going full-on wrestling references today. So let's just start with the egregious one, okay? Ultron. Comic book Ultron. No, wait, that's the wrong picture. Sorry. Ultron. No, wait. That's the old one. Hang on. Ultron. Hang on a second. No, okay, I grant you they're not the same picture, but at the same time, come on. Pretty freaking close, isn't it? It's only been a year, and I got different Ultrons, and they ain't going nowhere. It was about a year and a half maybe that we got the original Ultron, and now we're getting pretty much the same one with a slightly tweaked design. It's a more up-to-date, modern-looking Ultron, but it's not really that much of a transition from the original, is it? I assumed, wrongly, don't know where I got this idea from, madness, that this was going to be the figure that didn't come with a Build-A-Figure piece. Because it's the most kind of optional figure of the bunch, but also a potential army builder. So that makes sense. Make him cheaper, make him easier to buy in bulk. Nah, not going to do that. Not going to do that. So there's an Ultron which is just not particularly different from the other comic book Ultron. A little bit, but not by much. So rather than having the Kirby crackle in his mouth, we've got him holding it. There you go. That's different. Shut up and buy it. Okay, so there's Ultron. But then let's take things up. Let's take things way up. Egghead. I am familiar, like I recognize Egghead. That's it though. That's all I know is just like what he looks like. But what this action figure looks like, it's a good action figure. I like this. This is good. This for me, possibly like figure of the wave, maybe. Oh, actually that's not fair because it's, again, MCU and comic book, it's like comparing apples and oranges. They're so different. So if you don't collect both lines, then like you really are getting things that you really won't be able to fudge in with your other collection. Regardless, I love the face sculpt on this. I think it looks fantastic. The big, chunkier kind of body, the lab coat, it all looks really, really great. For a D-tier character at best, I think they did a great job there. So well done, guys. That is excellent. Well worth the money, I think, on that. Genuinely really, really good, I reckon. Then we got ourselves Crossfire. And Crossfire looks very basic. I think it's the Spider UK body. Not because I'm clever, but I just saw Shartimus Prime's video, and I think that's what he said. I could be misquoting him, though, so take that for what it is. But it's an older body, but it checks out. But it's just got the pins and all that kind of thing. So, like, that's nothing to write home about. However, actually, first of all, I gotta take this off. This jacket is killing me. It's so hot. So, he actually comes with some nice looking accessories. You've got the sniper rifle, you've got the muzzle flash, the smoke as well, little strap, a little bandolier that he can hold the gun with. That's a nice little package. Again, it is just, you know, it's the classic formula. Repainted body, different head, and some accessories. So your mileage is going to vary if that does it for you. Because it's another great low-level villain that you can put on your shelf to just build out that Marvel universe. So that in itself is good. And again, I think I'm always going to say it, the face sculpts, they just look really good these days. Whether it's MCU or comic book, those face sculpts, it captures the comic book, but with a little bit of real life grit as well. Smooshes it together, and what have you got? Bibbidi bobbidi boo, a nice looking action figure. And then rounding out the comic book characters, we've got future Ant-Man. And who is he? He's Ant-Man from the future. That's all I got for you. I think there was like a Spider-Verse type event for Ant-Man. It was like different time streams and stuff, but I don't know. Did I know that, or am I just remembering something that Shartimus Prime said? This is why I don't normally watch other creators' videos before making my own, because then my brain can't remember what I knew already and what permeated, and then I just confuse myself. But he looks kind of fun. I think it's a Sunfire body. I would have known that anyway. Actually. So, yeah, it's a Sunfire body, I think. We'll wait to correct me now. But he looks kind of cool and sleek. But, again, I don't know if anyone was, like, desperately clamoring for this. But, again, I ain't attacking either. Because it's an Ant-Man Quantumania wave. So it's kind of nice to have a specifically Ant-Man variant in there. And it does look kind of funky. He looks a little bit like Black Manta from DC. But, of course, not. So I kind of like him, but there's no like bells or whistles to go with him. For the price point you're going to be paying, it's not a lot of action figure to get. It's literally just a head and a repainted body. No extras, no extra hands, no effects, no nothing. It's bare bones, baby. Bare bones. So I'm not going to buy him, but if I did, I'd be giving a scathing review because there's just not much to it for what you're paying for. But now we're getting onto the MCU characters, and I'll rattle through these relatively quickly because I'm a big comic book guy, less so the movies, although I do love them. I'm really looking forward to Quantumania. I've heard good things, loved the trailer with the Rocket Man music in there as well, or the little sort of nod to it. That was just... It set a scene, it set a vibe in my mind that I'm really looking forward to seeing pay off, so fingers crossed it will do. And front and centre, we got Scott Lang, the Ant-Man, and this is another Ant-Man figure. It looks like it's a well-executed action figure. I think if you've got previous ones, then you don't necessarily need this. If you want to make the Build-A-Figure, you don't need it, which is, you know, that's kind of handy. But I think it's kind of a shame that they have to keep changing and tweaking the costumes for each movie, because I think both his and the Wasp's costume peaked in the last movie, because I loved the designs with the, you know, that sort of harkens to an ant on his costume and a wasp on hers. I think it just looked really, really good. Now it's lost a bit of that, I feel. Nonetheless, the figure looks fine. It looks nice. The Paul Rudd face looks great, and he's not doing like the weird sort of expression, so he's got a good face sculpt now. And everything else, yeah, all checks out. Looks decent. And then we got the Wasp, and I gotta say, she looks really great as well. Evangeline Lilly, they've captured the likeness fantastically. There's no, again, from what I can see of the pictures, there's no blank porcelain mannequin doll sort of expression. She looks good. Not like going into battle or anything, but just kind of cool, sort of ready and posed. I dig it. I really dig that. And then with the other helmet as well, that's great. What have you got for this figure? Couple of hands, couple of heads, and the backpack is kind of an accessory. That's a great set for a Marvel Legend. Throw in a couple of Build-A-Figure pieces too. Words are hard. But all of that combined makes for a good looking action figure. And then we've got for this wave, the big dog, Kang the Conqueror. And holy potatoes, this looks great. This looks really freaking great. This looks like a lot of money was spent making this guy, and they should do, because this is the big bad for not wave 5, Klimby 5, phase 5. That's what I was looking for. This is the big kahuna, so he better look good. And guess what? He does. The face likeness of the actor whose name I know but has just blipped out of my head. That's really annoying because I do know it. It looks terrific with the blue hue and almost like it's glowing. It just mwah! Chef's kiss. Again, this isn't a compliment criticism sandwich. It's just, I got some complaints, but I got a lot of praise as well. And I don't even collect MCU, but I recognize a nice looking action figure when I see one. And if I was doing like a mixed line Avengers display with villains as well, he would be my Kang. I'd get rid of the classic comic book one. I would get that because it looks the bee's knees, man. It looks the mutt's nuts. I love that. Really, really impressed. I think he's going to be a big seller. And finally, you've then got the Cassie Lang Build-A-Figure. Do they call her stature or not? Maybe it's just Cassie Lang. Regardless, this looks fine. Yeah, it is what it is. She has got a good stature to her. She looks quite big. Yeah, decent for a Build-A-Figure. That's what we like to see. Getting our money's worth with those Build-A-Figures. If you're going to have to buy that Ultron again, you might as well get a good Build-A-Figure piece with it, I guess. So, yeah, she looks fine. There's not really much I can sort of say besides it's another good MCU movie likeness right there, I guess. 2 different heads. That's always nice. Be able to have the mask and the unmasked version. That's really cool. And yeah, considering that you want to build like a complete roster of MCU, I was going to say talent, like you're building a wrestling promotion. You want to snap up all the good talent, all the good heroes and everything. You're going to want stature. So that's cool to have her. And that's the wave. So guys, that is it for the preview of the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania wave. Comic books mashed with MCU, never like them doing that, but there are some gems in there as well. So it's the typical Marvel Legends routine of they giveth with one hand and they giveth with one hand and they taketh with the other. But hey, that's how they keep us hooked, and dang it! They do keep us hooked. Except, not me so much. I'm hooked on following them, not hooked on collecting them anymore. So, that's kind of nice. But hey, look, you're not getting your money out of me through me buying them, but I'm sure as heck advertising them. So, there you go. It's the circle of Marvel Legends. Alright, gang, thank you so much for watching this quite bonkers, I think, rattle off of what was just announced. I think this is what happens when you catch me on a day when I'm not planning to film. I'm not in the zone. My brain's going, come on, Dave, focus on the video. Think, Dave, think! It's not that easy. Anyway, I was thinking, I've got Rocket Man in my head now. Let's finish with a song. But until next time, keep displaying model behavior. She packed my bag last night, pre-flight, 0 hour, 9 a.m. And I'm gonna be high as a kite by then. 'Cause I'm a rocket man. Rocket man! Burning up his fuse out there. Alone.